The Honorable Mr. Justice Govindraj, Mr. Amalraj, Chairman of the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Prabhakaran, Vice Chairman of the Bar Council of India, my other friends on the dais. I'll start with Priscilla, who is one of 29 members, 25, and the only lady on the committee. So let me tell you, madam, that Mrs. Margaret Thatcher was the only person in her cabinet in England, and she was Prime Minister. And she was a very tough Prime Minister. Mr. Karthikeyan, thank you very much. You remember my date of enrollment. I think I'm trying to see who's there, Mr. Kamalanathan, who is we all know him as the owner of the Madras Bar Association. Mr. Mohankrishnan, they said he is ever youthful looking, and I think that is correct, sir. Mr. Ramanlal, my old friend, we have done many cases against each other, and Mr. Padisamy. My young friends, it gives me particular pleasure to be with you today, because I remember the date of my enrollment, 20th October 1976, and what an important day it was for me. Really, as it was said, it is a new birth. Today you have taken an oath, and you have taken an oath in the portals of a very prestigious High Court. The Madras High Court is one of the ancient chartered high courts of the country. It is one of the most respected courts, and it is a court which combines two things. It combines learning and advocacy on the one hand with an accessibility to the common man on the other hand. Very few courts manage to do that, but this court does. You are told that this is a noble profession, the entry to which you have taken an oath. It is a noble profession. It is a noble profession because we are the ones who serve those who are in distress. If anybody is in trouble, where do they go to? They go to a lawyer. We are the ones who serve people who need help. We are the ones who maintain the rule of law. In this country, it is the rule of law that matters, not the rule of man, however big or powerful that person can be. And it is the lawyers who maintain that this is the rule of law, a democracy. We are the ones who maintain liberty. Whenever liberty is threatened, as it was during the days of the emergency, it is the lawyers who stand in the forefront. And any tyrant, any person who wishes to take away the liberty of people, fears only one community, and that is lawyers. We are the ones who stand for independence. Independence is the bedrock of this profession. Independence of thought, independence of action. That is why we are called an independent profession. A very great American philosopher used these words. He was a legal lawyer and a legal philosopher, and he defined profession. He said the term refers to a common group pursuing a learned art as a common calling in the spirit of public service. Of course, they will earn a livelihood, but it is not any less a public service. His name was Roscoe Pound. He's one of the greatest philosophers in law. So that is what this profession is. What are the rewards this profession will give you? It will give you an income which will grow from the time you enter and will grow commensurate with the work you put in. The income when you enter may not be as much as what you would get in some other areas of employment, but this is an income which will grow as much as your own talent and your own hard work will take you. It will always give you that. It will give you an engagement with people and society. You will meet with hundreds of people every year. People who come to your office as clients, people whom you see in court, people with whom you're engaged because you're involved in other aspects as a lawyer. There is no field which exposes oneself to contact with people as the legal profession does. So you will see people, you will see human nature, you will be in the thick of human life. You will always have variety. There is never a dull or a boring day in a lawyer's life. You will always have variety, you will always have interest in your work because every case is different, every day is different, everything is interesting in your work. No other profession can say that. You have the best chance of all to serve society because you are masters of the law and you can use that law to take up social causes, as it was said, to help people, to help NGOs, and you can use your law to serve society. Everybody wants the help of a good lawyer. So there is much that you can do for society. You will have an esteem and a public respect which very few other professions have. A lawyer commands a special esteem in society. Whether it is from the administration or the police or anybody, a lawyer means there is something special in this person, in that person's profession. And you belong to a family. If you can see all of us here, we belong to a family. There is a bond between lawyers where you will not get any other profession. We are all members of a family. These are senior members of the family. Now you are junior members of the family. But we are all one family. There is a camaraderie, a bond, a friendship between lawyers, which is very special. You enter it and you will feel it, but I will tell you this is so. But you must give. And what must you give? You must give hard work. You must give hard work. You must do what you can as best as you can. Nobody can ask you to do more than your best, but everybody will demand that you do your best. That is the mark of success in law. I have spent 46 years in this profession. I have never come across anybody who has put in hard work and not succeeded. Please bear this in mind. The law rewards hard work. Anybody who puts in hard work will succeed in the law. Please bear that in mind. It does not matter whether you have a relative in the profession or whether your father was there, or uncle was there. All that is irrelevant. Put in the hard work, you will succeed in law. It is uniquely a profession which rewards hard work. Read. Read constantly. Read in your office. Read at home. You're in court, take a book with you. Don't sit idle in the courtroom. Read. Because it is from that reading that you will learn. And don't just read, these statutes, the mechanics. Read about the lives of lawyers, about great lawyers and judges. You will learn from them what kind of a life should be lived in this profession. So widen your reading. If you read well, if you work hard, there's nothing stopping you. Don't shirk from cases. Even if you're young, if your senior says go to court, take an adjournment, read your papers. Because the judge might well say, as many good judges do, the judge might well say, all right, doesn't matter, your senior can come, you start. Justice Govindraj will bear witness to this. Every good judge tells his junior that. Let us say you start. And if you're ready with your facts, there is nothing like it. I'll tell you the story. There was a very senior judge when I started. And I went to his court for an adjournment. And he said, no, start. I said, my lord, I know my facts very well, but I'm not so much sure about the law. I'm a very young lawyer. He said, you don't worry about the law. If you've got your facts right, I will find the law for you. So, judges like to encourage young lawyers. So take advantage of that, okay? Put in your best, as I said. But one thing, please, I have a caution for you. When we were all lawyers and we had to find a proposition of law, we would go and sit in the library and look at the digests and go through the commentaries and search and look at cases and search till we found that one case. We may have had to go through 40 cases to find that one case. Today you people will go to Google and you will find that one case in 2 minutes. And you will think that you're all very, very bright and clever. But in looking for that one case, in reading those 40 cases, we gathered so much knowledge about those aspects of law. So if you just go to Google and find that case and think that you're very bright, I'm sorry, please don't. Go in depth, okay? Go in depth, read widely. Always remember that facts win cases, and therefore preparation is important. My senior used to tell me, when I took him my brief, he would say, I said, sir, this is the brief on the law. And he would say, no, get your facts right. When you've got your facts right, and just see the sentence, when you have your facts right, the law will speak to you from the facts. Look at the beauty of that sentence. The law will speak to you from the facts. So get your facts right. It's actually an engagement with the law, it's a living thing. Don't worry if you haven't got the best marks in law college, okay? Don't think that, okay, I didn't get the best marks, so maybe I can't be a great lawyer. Nothing to do with it. What you're entering now is a completely different place. So even if you haven't scored the best marks in law college, it doesn't matter. When I was in law college, I was a very ardent student in the first year. In the second year, Mrs. Gandhi declared the emergency. So during my second year and third year, I was only doing anti-emergency activities. I didn't do anything. I barely scraped through the exam. But yet I haven't done too badly at the bar. So don't worry if you haven't, performed the best at law college. Doesn't matter. This is a new place, a new place. So follow, today there are so many different avenues of law practice. When we started, there was some civil law, one criminal law, one income tax, and labor, that was all. Today you have so many different possibilities of law practice. You have civil, commercial, income tax, you have intellectual property, you have RERA, you have this, and there are so many different avenues. Choose whatever you like to do. Change if you feel that this is not what you want to do. But, be true to yourself. And one very important thing is, please take great care in choosing your senior. Because that senior is going to determine the quality of your early years at the bar. The principles, the values, the work ethic, indeed the treatment which a senior should give his junior, that's very important. Choose your senior well. I know because I had a wonderful senior. I try and emulate. I know I cannot be like him. He was too great. I try and emulate, but I know it's a very, very important relationship. So please choose your senior well. They say that the law is a jealous mistress. You may have heard that phrase. I'd like to go a little further. I think the law is a lifelong marriage to which you must show devotion, you must show sacrifice, you must show love for what you do, you must cherish it every day, you must protect it, and that will bring you true happiness. Other things may fail, there may be change and decay in other things, but the law will not let you down. You nurture your relationship with the law will nurture you. So again, I welcome you to a very special family and to a very special world. In a sense, we are all of us sitting here are your enrollment seniors. So on my part, I would say that anytime you meet me or come across me, please come and introduce yourself and say, sir, you were there at my enrollment, and if there's any advice, if there's anything I can do for you, I will be most happy to. I am going to, we have a wonderful book, a collection of tributes to Mr. Govind Swaminathan, my senior, and I'm going to give copies of that to the chairman of the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and request him to make available one copy for each of you. So, welcome again. God bless you and your endeavors and keep you safe. Thank you very much. I'll go this side.